Alright, what's happening, my good people? You know, it's your boy Art Czar back with you live in effect for yet another review. But let's just take a little trip down, or let's say I want to get my good people out on a field trip. Come along with me, come along with me. Now, in this particular video, we're going to outline some key points of emphasis that I want to basically display here for my populace and my good people out there that watch the channel. As you can see, I decided to take a field trip today. This store is Marshall's. I went out there and I decided to go out and check out some of the merchandise they have on their racks and shelves, etc., etc. And I come across quite a few bags. As you can see, I just had one of them in my hand. And here's the same bag, just in a different color. The first one was like a navy blue. This was like a smoke gray or a black. And it's like one of the chest straps. If you guys see on my channel, I carry a lot of those. I have a lot of leather ones from Coach. And it wasn't as strong or as tough of a bag. You saw some of the stitching was a little tattered and frayed, like on this bag. I actually have the tote bag version of this one for my firearms when I go to the range. I carry all of my rifles and my handguns in this particular bag when I go, but it's a tote bag. This is a backpack version. It's made by the same entity. Now I'm going to tell you, this is a really good bag. You see the clasp there? It's like a buckle clasp, but it's made of plastic. It has a very tough nylon type track zipper. It actually does a very good job, believe it or not. This is a good backpack, and it's very comfortable. It's soft. You can see right here the D-rings that hold everything together when you want to clip things on there, like your iPod case or something like that. The shoulder straps are very padded. Feels really good on your back. And when you're carrying this particular bag, you really don't feel it. You see the D-ring clips there? This is a little stretch area on this bag where you can actually clip things to it. You can stick different items through there. It's a padded back. It's not going to make your back sweaty or sticky. And if you have something really strong in the back of this thing, like a laptop or something, it's not going to be protruding through it and putting pressure on your back. That's what that pad is for. Now you can see, this being a Marshall's bag, the price of this thing was at about, what, 35 bucks? Not bad. And my tote bag version of this is very strong, very durable. It's lasted a very long time, and I still use it to this day when I go to the range. I never have it on camera because you can't bring the bags to the bay, so you guys never get to see my carry bag, but it looks just like that one. Now this one is just another backpack. I believe this one, it's made of like a neoprene type of thing. It's an Adidas Sport backpack. It is not a very strong backpack. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't purchase this bag unless I was going to the gym. And even if I was going to the gym, I wouldn't carry this thing. Your boy Art Czar wouldn't carry that because it's just not strong. It's 40 bucks, as you can see. But I wouldn't say it's worth 40 bucks. I would give it 20, 19, 99. The zipper track is cheap, in my opinion. This mesh material on the side for maybe a water bottle or something is not any good. This is like a soft type of material. That gray part is like a neoprene. It's like a mesh. It's a meshy type neoprene, soft type of material. It's like a woven or thresh cotton with some accents of maybe polyester or something. I didn't like the bag. I thought it was cheap. Now these are these little back slings, or whatever they want to call these things. These are string backpacks. I have one made by, I have a Coach one like this, or had a Coach one like this some time ago. And you know, it's 10 bucks, 11 bucks. It's not the most durable thing. It's like a nylon type of bag, but you see the front material is very, it's a cheap material, okay? It's not going to tear by just carrying something in the front part. It's nothing going to poke through the back. But in my opinion, okay, it's just not, it'll last as long as you don't put a lot of pressure on it. Let's just say it that way. So you could probably put some laundry in there. If you're going to a pool or something, you want to carry a towel and a drink in that bag or something, maybe your sunglasses in a case, maybe your pool slides, some suntan lotion or something like that. It's like a beach volleyball bag. You put that in there when you're going to beach volleyball. So, and that extends over to this particular bag as well. This bag is similar, but it's a little bit better than that Adidas backpack, I would say. This is one of those backpacks that a lot of the travelers will use, like if you're going on a trip somewhere. I've seen one similar to this. It was carried by like a flight attendant or something. I was going through the airport once, And I just happened to look up and I saw one similar to this carried by one of the flight attendants or one of the flight crew. And I don't like the inside of this bag. You see that material? It's soft, nylonish, thin nylon, neoprene stuff. And it's this little strap is about the best thing the bag has. It keeps your laptop safe in there. But this bag is, if you put something very tough in there, like say if you want to carry a firearm, you got concealed carry people out there. If you stick a firearm in there, over repeated use is going to rip through there eventually. The shoulder straps are very cheaply made, in my opinion. If you want to carry this bag once or twice on a trip, you could get away with it. But in your boy Artzar's opinion, you're just not going to do very well with a long-term, appetite with this bag. It's just not going to do it for you. Okay, like I said, you can get away with it once or twice, but nah, the handle was pretty good, as you can see, squeezing that thing. It actually worked out. It's nice and soft. I like that. So you're not carrying this very tough piece of leather or something that is not very cushioned. But it's okay. But I don't like when the bag has a strap where it's not bolted down or some type. It has to have some type of rivets in it, for my taste. This bag just isn't it. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, it's not it. It looks okay, but it's something that your grandma may carry, your auntie or somebody like that. Same for this bag. These bags are all cheap. Look at that handle. That's the stuff that's like a canvasy type of material. Head, I don't know if that's some type of company. I'm scratching on it. It's just nylon. It's not very good. It's just a nylon material. They didn't even actually pad this thing. It's just a strap that'll tear. You put something heavy in that thing, it's gonna rip on you. Everything in that bag's gonna fall out on the ground. So don't look at that cheap. It's very cheaply made material for the handle. You see, it's not reinforced. The stitching quality is not that great. It's gonna tear up. I would not clip my keys to that thing right there. That clip. It looks like it'll hold up, but with a cheap bag, or somebody snatched it off of your back, if you're backpacking in Europe or something, and somebody just reaches down and says, "Let me get that off of you, my boy, my G. Let me snatch that up off of you." That bag's coming off. I've seen videos where there are people in different countries around the world that are so sophisticated with snatching these bags off of you. They'll use different types of knives and razor blades to cut the strap or cut the base of the bag, and everything falls out. I've seen some weird stuff in crowds, and they don't pickpocket you no more. They'll just walk up and cut a hole in the bottom of your bag, and boom, everything falls out. If you guys have ever seen, there's a guy on YouTube. His name is Bob Arnault. If you watch this guy, he's so good at that. He goes around the world doing this to people, and then he brings all the materials back, and he takes cheap bags like this, and the one that I just previously inspected. This bag is better than the last one, actually. It's a little tougher. It's got better leather straps on it. I like that a little bit better. It's a little harder to cut leather straps off of someone without them knowing about it with a razor blade. See how that's made out of leather, the handle. And it's a little cushioned at the top, so it's got a little bit of tubing around the handle. But if Bob Arnault or someone like that at that level were to get his hands on a bag like the previous one, with a razor blade, he can cut the base of that bag, and you would never know. He'd stand right beside you on a train, and he could take your belt off of you, and you'd never know about it. So they cut the bag, and beam, everything falls out in a little trash bag you have sitting on the deck. And here's the Champion bag. Okay, Champion. I love Champion. Everyone loves Champion. It's not it's a cheap bag. Okay, it's a going to play flag football bag. You'll take that to the football field with some cleats in there, or Gatorade, maybe a jersey, some flags for the flag football. It's $15. It's not a terribly priced bag. The zippers aren't very good. You're not going to carry a $500 Ferragamo wallet in there or something like that. So you're not going to take great things to the flag football game. So you could stick your water bottle in there in that little back pouch area. So, and they tried to do a very good job to make it look nice, but in ultimate wording, it's very cheap. Not a very good bag to carry on your person outside of maybe going to play a sport of some kind. Maybe YMCA gym bag for the day. I wouldn't even carry that thing to the workout. I wouldn't even go to the workout room or to any gym to get a workout on with that bag for long term. It's good for a day or two, but if you bought this bag, you saw the price on it, you're going to be buying another one in no time, because with all the use, and it's going to look like $10 or $11 after a while. It's not expensive, but after a while, it's going to look like a cheap piece of junk. And you're going to carry that thing around, and people are going to see it, and you don't want to be associated with cheap things. I mean, it's okay to buy a economically priced bag. It's okay, because no one wants to throw hundreds and thousands of dollars at a bag. But if you're going to make a statement anywhere you go, you are a representation of what you carry and what you use and how you look. That's how you're going to be determined in this world. So unfortunately, if you're willing to be chastised by certain people, you can't go to an Equinox gym carrying a bag like that. You can't do it. You can, but you're not going to get favorable results from people who may be there that may see it. And especially after about 6 months carrying that thing. That bag here, this Avalanche bag, is just as bad as the last one. It's a little tougher, a little bit better than the Champion bag. I would say it's a little bit more well constructed. It's a little heavier, but in the end, it's all canvas. These bags, or this bag here, is made for like a camping trip, or you can use it for the airport. You see, it's got the wheels at the bottom when you want to slide it on the conveyor belt or something when you're going through TSA security checkpoint. So if you're going to Europe or South America and you're going to be running with the bulls in Mexico or something like that, if you're going to be going to see the volcano, take a bag like this one. Or here you go. Now here is the bag here, the tactical bag that I actually have for my firearms, Highland Tactical, but mine is black. My son and I, we both have a black one. He has a black one. Tris made this. He carries a black one with his firearms. I carry a black one for my firearms. And this bag is really good, actually. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's very, very, very heavy duty. See me giving it the thumbs up? Your boy ArtStar approves. You know, it's got the ArtStar stamp of approval. This bag does the trick, man. I mean, it's got all of the materials on it that you want. And this is what military guys carry, as you can see there on the label. It's very tough. Canvas is very strong. $30. It's the best $30 bag that I have. But it's made for hard tactical things, like, you know, if you want to put your firearms or your magazines or your heavy duty flashlights, things like that in there. This material is not your typical canvas. It's like some high level canvas. I don't know how this is constructed or where they get it, but that's some really good stuff. Now let's get down to it. Now we come to what Marshalls offers as its best menu item. You see, this bag is for $130, right? Now, here's what I tell people, okay? Your boy ArtStar tries to be rather studious and, you know, just attentive to the things that I look at, but I try to be very economically friendly with people when I'm reviewing their stuff, okay? This bag is middle of the road, but very, very, the leather is not very good, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. It has the appearance of good leather. I would say if I rank it on a 1 to a 10, I'd give it a 4 or a 5. Okay, it's not real high quality leather. Okay, I give them points for aesthetics. The aesthetic value is there. I mean, they're very creative on how they made it look. It's what's this, aficionado or something like that. This bag, the zippers are moderate to say at best. You know, I tried to zip it a couple times and it was kind of smooth, as you can see, but eventually it started to catch a little bit because it's not high quality brass Triton zippering. The stitching is good on it. It's good stitching though. I'll give them that. It's just the material. It's got, you know, brass buckles and it's got a nice shoulder strap and things like that. It's got good nylon in the inside. This one is no better than the ones that I've actually seen out there in some of the stores in the mall that say they're high quality bags, but they're not. I was even in Forever 21 and I saw a bag similar to this for a lot cheaper. They like $40, and it was just as good as this one, believe it or not. And Express, who I'm also a style editor for, everyone, so check that out. They have some of the same quality bags, and they're maybe $60 or $70, but it's half the price of this one. Now here's the coffee brown one. The other one obviously being a saddle. This is coffee. And it's what's this official, I can't even pronounce the A on that, but as you can see, the shoulder straps and the tote straps, you see it's stitched. There are no rivets in it, so you can't carry something but so heavy. It's a weekender bag. You can take a flight with this bag. You can take a day trip with it. This will hold up for a while if you're not putting a lot of stress on this bag, like throwing it around in the air, maybe under the underbody of the plane or something like that. If it's a check-in bag, you're going to have some trouble with this bad boy. If it's a carry-on, you'll fare out much better with it. So all in all, my good people, it comes down to having a very good understanding of what you need versus what you want. There's a symbiotic balance between the two. Even when you're traveling, you have to understand what meets the needs and what meets the requisites of your personal scenario or your personal use of, or practicality use of which item that you look to acquire. And to me personally, you just have to know your limitations, and you just have to understand what are you out here to accomplish, and what do you need, and what do you with that being the case, you'll always have the best purview of items and what works and what doesn't work. I'd rather spend more money on an item that will last a lot longer and it's better, higher quality. It turns the heads, etc., when you carry the items through your airports or whatever have you. But in case of another scenario where you're not doing that, I would say it's not the best use of your money, even though you're getting an opportunity to carry that item for maybe a short period of time. Every bag has its uses, so I don't want to harp on any of the cheaper quality items too much. If I hurt your feelings out there, manufacturers, if your bags are cheaper, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just speaking the obvious and letting it be known. So it's your boy Art Czar once again. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to my content, and leave me a comment down below. And until then, I am out. Peace.